What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my co-host, my guy, the only Sacramento Kings fan I know. What's good, Spreader Staff?
Oh man, a pretty good day for me yesterday. Got the NBA home, and of course, had some nice tennis picks too. So I'm excited to get back to work.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We swept the ball and parlay yesterday. Got back to our winning ways. Um, Pretty easy game. The Phoenix game you had ended up being easy in the fourth quarter as Phoenix
Didn't feel like
showed.
it at halftime.
No,
but I
not at all.
but when you have a good team, you're not worried, right? When you take a dog like +10 and they come out bad, you kind of throw it out the window. When you have a good team, you're not as worried when they start off poorly.
Right. Well, Phoenix definitely spurred it in the fourth quarter. I was able to take advantage of it. As most NBA games, when I do bet them, I wait and try to bet live. I caught them at the beginning, like in the middle of the second quarter. I got them with points. I didn't take a money line because it was so tight. I didn't know which way it was going. It was very chippy in that game as well. Uh, so very, very interesting match. Pardon me, game in Minneapolis last night, but we come out on top. A&M wasn't a sweat at all. It's one of those games that I really enjoy when you just sit back and just wait to go collect your money. As I thought they blitzed Wake Forest right out the door. A&M's the best team in NIT right now. They're one of the hottest teams in the country, and their players are playing with a lot of motivation right now to show the committee that they got it wrong by not placing them in the NCAAs. And they'll be in New York next week, along with they'll face Washington State. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. I had Washington State as well.
Another winner you gave me. Thank you for that one too.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, my supreme clientele and my buddies like yourself all had Washington State plus 115. As you saw, they won by a dub. They smoked BYU. Washington State's another team playing well. So we got the NIT Final Four together now. It's going to be St. Bonaventure, uh, uh, Texas A&M, Washington State, and what's the other team we got going to that? Xavier. So Xavier plays State Bonaventure, and A&M is going to get uh, a chance to face off with Washington State. I think the winner of the Washington State A&M game wins the NIT because both of those teams have been on fire. Let's get to today's ball and parlay. Sweet 16 coming up today. NBA action. Who you got today, Spread?
All right, yeah, I'm gonna make mine quick because I know everyone is here for the college picks. NBA, kind of a slow schedule tonight, but I think this is the premier game on the slate, and it is the Cleveland Cavaliers traveling to take on the Toronto Raptors in Canada. Great game here from a standings perspective. Cavaliers currently in sixth, Raptors currently in seventh. I think one game behind. I'll double check that, but definitely for to avoid that play-in tournament, right, and to just guarantee that you make the playoffs. So we should see a great effort from both teams tonight. Unfortunately, Cleveland, we've talked about it before. Jared Allen was kind of like their leader, that mentor for Evan Mobley. And as great as Evan Mobley is, he can't carry this team by itself. And they've really struggled with him out. And you talked about it right before we came on. You said, is Van Fleet playing? And I said, yes, he is. And that means so much to a Toronto Raptors team that likes his leadership and his ability to set up the proper shot in the half court setting, right? He knows when to feed Siakam, right? Knows when to feed Gary Trent. And hopefully tonight he'll be feeding OG Anunoby. I hope that he returns from injury. He's currently questionable. Gary Trent as well. I expect Trent to play. Anunoby, I'm not sure, but I think this is the first night he's been on the report since the injury. So hopefully they're ramping him up for the debut. And he makes so much difference for this team, right? Because then you have Barnes, Anunoby, and Siakam that can all switch 2 through 4, and they just get this defense. It's so tough to get past, right? Because they're all great perimeter defenders, but they can go down low too and get those rebounds. So Toronto Raptors, a great team coming to their own at home in a game that means a lot to both teams. Give me the Raptors -5.5.
Yeah, I like the Raptors team a lot, especially when OG plays and when my guy plays, man. Those two there are very, very, very uh, important to their success. They got to have Van Fleet and they got to have OG. If they don't, I don't usually tend to even look toward their games because they're that big of a difference maker to me on those teams. So spreads going with Toronto at home -5.5. It started at 3.5 last night. It's been pounded up to -5.5. I suggest you guys get it now because it may be 6 by game time because the public is going to be on Toronto at home against Cleveland with the way Cleveland has been playing. I'm going to go to the first game of the Sweet 16. We're going to go with Arkansas. They're at +10 right now, but you can actually buy another half point if you'd like to get it up to 10.5. I feel real good about that number. Gonzaga is one of the most publicly bet teams in the country. They have not lived up to the hype this season. They're not nearly the team that they were last season. As everyone knows, Gonzaga comes from one of the weakest conferences in the country. It doesn't prepare them for the NCAAs physically or to deal with the athleticism that they face from these other programs. Gonzaga's big men, Timmy and Holmgren, they're very talented, but they're also both finesse bigs. They're not grimy, they're not gritty. I know Holmgren probably leads the country in blocks, but it's because of his length. He's like 7'4", crazy wingspan, but he's so light. He weighs less than you and I, so yeah, so he's going to at 7'4", and you're less than 200 pounds, man. You're gonna have to get in that weight room. And tonight he's gonna face a quality big man in Jalen Williams, 2-year starter. He started as a freshman at Arkansas. It's his second year starting. He's very versatile. He's 6'10". He can step out. He can shoot the three. He can bang with you. And then the other starters for Arkansas are all veterans. They're either transfers or multi-year starters in the program. You got J.D. Notae, Odisi Tony, Stanley Umidi. All of these guys have a lot of college basketball games under their belts. They played a lot of basketball, and I don't feel like them facing Gonzaga is going to have them in fear at all. If anything, it's going to motivate them to show that they belong on that stage. They're battle tested. They come out the SEC. I don't know if you guys remember, Arkansas was playing the best ball in the country from mid-January through early March. They went 14-1 in that 15-game stretch, and they beat Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee during that time, and none of the games were close. And the most impressive thing, they won those games while scoring as many as 99 points and as few as 58 points. So they can win in all types of different ways that the game goes. I really, really like this Arkansas team. And the more the number goes up, the more it makes me more interested in taking the money line, because I've seen this all season long, especially in the tournament, when the books get to raising these numbers over 10 and shooting them up, they're begging Joe Public to go ride a team that's already the most bet in the land, which is Gonzaga. Gonzaga and Arizona are the elites favorite to bet. So that's the most corporate money going to come in. The most tech money is going to come on those guys because they're the West Coast darlings. And they're going to get banged up tonight if they lay that 10 points with Gonzaga. The Bulldogs are 0-3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games, following a straight-up win this season. They're 0-4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games as a favorite. They're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 NCAA tournament games as favorites, while the Razorbacks are 11-1-1 against the spread in their last 13 games after allowing less than 50 points in the previous game. That's huge. That means they're locked in on defense. Also, you got to look at the under on this game. I think it's like 145. I don't think it's going to be that type of game at all.
I see it's 155.
Oh, my God. That's way too high. Unless they get to OT, it's nowhere they're going to come anywhere close to that number. So definitely look at the under. I'm not a big totals player, but if we follow the trend of the tourney, the big dogs have been covering, man. And I think the Hawks can pull off the upset. I know I'll be taking them with the plus 400, but for sure I'm going to load up on that plus 10. You're not going to get that sweet a number, that much overvalued by the books too many times. This is completely them riding the Gonzaga wave, knowing that Gonzaga has a betting public that's going to bet all on them every time they see them. So we're going to roll with the Hogs, man. Plus 10, they're from a stronger, much more elite conference. They have a more savvy veteran team. And they also have, in my opinion, a more diverse starting 5. They got guys who can shoot the ball, who can drive, who can rebound, play defense. Eric Musselman does a great job preparing those kids. So look for Pig Suey to stir it up tonight in the tournament in the first game of the night. I also have a couple opinions on the other 3 games that I'll share over Twitter as the day goes by. Sooner or later, me and the Spread are gonna have to do you guys a show about the Final Four before it comes and give a little preview. But until then, I'll be just giving the games. I was on 97.5 this morning. I was cut a little short by Tom Penders from Texas, so he got on. So I'll go back on. I'll be back on 97.5 tomorrow with my Friday picks. Because we got another slate coming up. But also, you guys keep your eyes on Houston. We'll be on them because if they stay under 2, the books are pretty much telling you what's going to happen, because it's with all this money pouring in on Arizona at -130 and -1.5. I think almost 70% now of the money is on Arizona in that game against Houston. And Arizona's the most bet team to win the national championships on futures. I don't think the book's going to take that type of liability. So I got on my red this morning, for the Hogs and for my Cougs, man. Anything for the people before we get out of here, Spread?
No, let's keep it going, man. I'm excited for tonight. Obviously don't handicap the college basketball, but this is a great time of year. I got the great plays from you, so I can't wait to enjoy some basketball this evening.
Hey, man, you're my brother. I'm always sending you the right plays on that college, man. And we're going to continue to stay high on this NBA. Two Spreads been doing a marvelous job with you guys for the NBA. It's less than 10 games now left in the season, right?
Yeah, 10 games left. So we got about 2.5 weeks.
So now we're approaching the real portion of the NBA schedule that I like. The end of the season and the playoffs. When it gets to playoff time, where I know all of the best guys are going to play and give their best, that's when I can really cap NBA. I'm not bad at it at all when it comes to playoffs. I just don't like the regular season. It's just too much to keep up with. But that's why I got my guy Spread here, because he's able to keep up with all of the nuances and different things that are going on in the National Basketball Association. And I try to stay focused on the college so we can keep you guys about the professional side and the college side. Follow my guy Spread at SpreadAstaire on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at 5star in Vegas, spell out the 5. Also subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is his name, SpreadAstaire, and then subscribe to mine as well. It's 5star in Vegas Sports Investment. You can catch us every day here on SCOON TV, Monday through Friday. Best of luck to you all tonight. Pick Suey, go UH. We'll see you guys tomorrow.